Good evening, everyone. I am Aditi, and I welcome you again for today's session. Um, today we'll be talking about prototyping. Does anyone of you know what is prototyping? I want today's session to be interactive, okay? So you have to reply. Anyone?
Bindya, Praveen, would you like to say something?
Like prototyping is visualizing the project or the product.
Yeah, right. So after designing, it is the next step after you design some UI for your product. Like while working in a company, you have to make a working prototype of your model, which is basically required to explain designer how will the screens, like what is the screen flow or how will they work. So prototype. This is the definition of prototype in context of UI UX design. It serves as a visual representation of product, showcasing its layout, functionality, and overall user experience. There are two types of prototypes. You can also call them wireframes. So yeah, wireframe is a basic first structural design which you draw before designing a UI. So low fidelity wireframe is something you draw it on paper using pen and paper prototype, which we call it. So basically, you first design which box is to be placed where, like starting from nav bar, every basic detail, so that you don't miss out if you start designing directly. So as I explained, it is a simplified version of design created with pen and paper, wireframing tools, or simple digital tools. There are various tools nowadays which help you in prototyping. Even AI tools are there. But as we can say, yeah, many people say that UI UX designing will be overtaken by AI, which is true. But something which AI cannot overtake is your creativity, how you design. So you have to be creative and think out of the box while designing any product. Characteristics of low fidelity prototypes are they focus on structure, functionality of the design without detailing visual. It is like as shown here. Okay, these are some boxes you draw. You can write here image or something. This is a screen design without having any detail. A small circular thing is present here. Can anyone guess what is it? This
Logo.
thing? Yeah, right. So logo. Once you start designing, you get to know what is to be placed where, and you don't need to write it down. This is a low fidelity wireframe or prototype. You can call anything, but this is a wireframe. Prototype is something working model of this wireframe. So once you click on the logo, you get some landing page of the company about company and something like that. So this is what low fidelity wireframe looks like. And use case of this low fidelity prototype is it is used in early stages of design, and so like yeah, before designing the original screen. High fidelity prototype or wireframe is a detailed representation of final product created using advanced sketch tools like Figma, Adobe, or anything. In Figma, you have various plugins to design your prototype, and there's also a reverse option available once you design your screen in Figma. Like as a beginner, you don't really work on prototypes and wireframes before designing. You just take a screen and start designing directly. But if you have to represent that the screen designed by you as a project, there is also a plugin which is also called as reverse prototype. It takes design of your screen and converts it into a prototype. So while presenting it as a project, you can use it. And high fidelity prototypes is basically just a screen having all the details. something like this, but it doesn't have any colors, we can see. So high fidelity design is something you can show to your manager or someone, developer. Like first you in basic startups, first you have to get the confirmation from your designer, like if you can design this product. Okay, so this is useful at that stage. So looking at the logo and stuff, then you can select color palette for your product. For the students who have joined now, do I need to repeat?
Yes, please, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, from last session we have learned how to design a simple UI. I'll get into detail for it again. But yeah, after designing, there is a role of prototype before and after designing your UI screen. So as a beginner, you start like designing your screen from like you don't really build a product at this stage. You just take a screen and place elements as you wish to, like taking some references from any normally used apps. So wireframe or prototype is something low fidelity wireframe or prototype is something you need to design before designing the actual screen. While working in a company or something like that, you need to get this wireframe approved first. This is the very first stage of designing an UI. So once you get this wireframe approved, then you have to start on designing the high fidelity wireframe or high fidelity prototype, which looks like this. It doesn't really have any colors. I mean, it can also have colors, but like as per work culture, you don't have to like put any colors in this. This is basically white and black and white thing. So referring to the logo, you can choose color palette for your high fidelity prototypes. Once this prototype is approved, then you have to move on the next stuff, that is main design of the screen. So low fidelity wireframes can be created using any plugin tools, or pen and paper is the best way to create them. Then use cases is like, yeah, I explained this. And high fidelity wireframe or prototype can be created in Figma itself. So that high fidelity wireframe can be created in Figma so that you can also present its working prototype. Okay, importance of prototype. Apart from this, can anyone of you guess why prototyping is used? Okay, I'll tell. Design and testing user flow is the first and very important reason to build a prototype. Building a UI prototype requires a lot of hard work and thinking from the point of view of your user. You what design feels great to you might not feel very good to the one using your product. So user flow is a path a person takes inside your product interface from right from the entry point to the final interaction. For example, in any e-commerce app, everyone knows the user flow. So yeah, user flow is like you open the app, you'll have some login page or sign up page. Then after that is done, you get some page like for purchasing the things you are there for. And then after that, you have add to cart option. Then you get some payment screen, and then the final payment is done. So right from the login, this is a very basic thing. There might be many, I mean, there are many more options like filter and all. But yes, so starting right from the first screen of sign up to the last screen of payment, user flow is to be designed. So goal of UI designer is to ensure that users have a smooth interaction with product throughout all these points. So first, you as a designer has to test your own product if it is working. So if you click here, it should go back. If you click here, it should go to the next screen. So yes, working prototype is very important. So that is the first point we can say. Then identifying the identifying the mistakes in your prototype or your design is also one of the most important reason of prototyping. You get to know like some button you have designed it, is it clickable, is it taking to the screen it should be. That is one of the reason, and many more reasons are listed here. I'll explain them in detail. Visualization of concepts, this is one of the most important reason. You as a you as a designer should be able to visualize your design than just starting to build it directly. Prototype provides a representation of your design, allowing designers to understand their interface in a more better way. Then once you design your prototype, then you can move forward to user feedback and validation. In this case, you don't really interact with the user, but the developer who is going to develop your design, you take a feedback from them and yeah, act accordingly. Communication and collaboration is the same thing. You have to talk among the team and try to help them convey the design intent and vision more effectively than the static design which you have designed. Then risk reduction. Risk reduction is, yeah, like I explained in previous point, that you have to test your own product if it is working at every stage. Iterative design is something you have to follow a design process than just starting to build a screen directly. So there is a process of designing stuff. So even if you might feel this very boring, but you have to start from designing a user flow, which is like if I go from the login screen, then I have shopping, like shopping items wala screen. So we have to start from there. So basic flow or flow chart which we draw in our daily life is, you can use that also. After that you have to move forward with low fidelity wireframes. And once the wireframe is done, you can also, if you design that low fidelity wireframe using any software or something, you can do the prototype there itself, but that is not really required. So in low fidelity wireframes, you don't have to really deal with prototyping, like what will happen if you do this and that thing. So these are something which is very important while doing it. So then just now we should move on to actual prototyping thing than just reading the PPT, I think. Yeah, I'll share my Figma. Just a minute. If you have any doubts, you can ask.
Folks, if you have any doubts, just post it in the chat or you can unmute yourself. Mic option is enabled for all.
Yeah, and I'm not going very fast, right? So you can stop me in between if you have any doubt. No problem with that.
Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
Chris is asking questions. Yes.
So this was the app we designed. I mean, the first few
Didi,
screens.
there are some questions in the chat.
Okay. What is meaning of wireframes? Yeah. Wireframes. Okay, I'll share the PPT thing again so you get to know it. And show us such designs. What kind of designs? You can unmute and ask directly. That's better, I think.
Any kind of UI designs.
Okay, I'll show. Were you present in the first session? Okay. Okay. Wireframe. Yes. This is something what we call a wireframe. This is a pen and paper design of what you will be designing in the future. Okay. This is like the very first stage after user flow. After defining user flow, you will draw this pen and paper wireframe, get it approved from your designer, and then start designing the actual UI. If you don't do this, then there might be some, I mean, while working in a company, if you don't do this, you might face some problems after you design the entire screen. It gets difficult to change the elements, change the entire appearance of the screen once designed. So it gets very hectic after that point. So drawing a basic wireframe and getting that approved is the very first thing you should do. Clear? Okay. I'll show the UI as well. Just a minute. Okay, UI is user interface. UI is user interface. This is something we designed in the, I mean, we didn't design the complete thing, but these are, we designed only 2 pages in the first session of ours, which was a sign up page and a starting landing page.
Actually, it is being totally related to web development. This UI,
Um, can you ask again?
actually, the thing is totally related to web development. The way you are showing.
It's not actually the web development, it's designing the web before developing it. The user
Suppose
interface.
if anyone sees this after opening this website, any food delivery, suppose they will click that order now. Actually, that is present in the website.
Yeah, right. So prototyping is presenting the website, but designing UI is designing the website. We will learn in detail about prototyping today. So you will get to know. Okay, so these were the 2 screens we designed. I made it a bit better after that. So this is a low fidelity wireframe of our design. We don't have a tagline here, but this is done in a similar way. You can see this CTA. This is call to action button. Like once you click on it, you get to, like, the action is performed after clicking on that button. So we will start with prototyping now. First, you can like go through the screens. This is a basic food delivery app. Okay. So just focus on first these 3 screens first. Can anyone guess what is, like, how will these screens work? You have to think first and then start with your prototype. Like
Loading
from
screen.
as a beginner, you have to first develop your design thinking. Then you can start with prototype.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Suppose this order now symbol or this button I have made in the prototype in designing, and
Yeah.
how will it work? And it will depend on JavaScript in working case.
Actually, like this session is not about development, so we won't go into JavaScript right now. I will show you what will happen when you click this button. That is what we call prototype. Okay. JavaScript and all that is related to developer side wala part. So first we will focus on designing. That is done. That is to be done by a front end developer, and designing stuff is done by a UI designer. Okay. Yeah. So talking about these 3 screens, what is supposed to happen here? Don't focus on the order now button. What is something else you find on these 3 screens and how will it work? Tell me.
Can
These
the
are
icon be like a
wallpapers.
loading screen? It can move when slided.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'll show you how does that move. So we can see these three dots here. So once you slide, they will move. So you can try with any screen on your Figma if you have, or else you can just look here, you will understand. You click on prototype. So there's no prototype as such till now. You can see no arrows going here and there. We'll start from scratch. Prototype. Yeah. Click on this thing. You can see a round saying plus symbol. Drag it and place this to the next screen. Now you get a pop-up saying, how will that happen? Do we have to open it on tab? Should we click on it to move on the next screen? No, right? You have
No,
to
ma'am.
drag or swipe, you can see. You have to select on drag option. After you select on drag option, there are various kind of animations you can see. You say smart animate, and then there is an option saying move in. Click on that. The thing is shown here, preview. When you say move in, it slides to the left side. Okay, you say move in. Done. Select this as such. Now select the second screen option. And if you swipe it to the right, you go back to the first screen again. Swipe it to the, yeah, right. Again, the same thing. Click on drag option. Say navigate to page 1. Then not move in because we are moving to the left side. Say move out. It will work in this way. I'll show the working prototype as well. So let us get with these two screens first. If anyone is practicing side by side, you have to click on flow 1. You get such a thing. I drag to the left side. You have the new screen. Okay. I drag to the other side. Okay. Why isn't it working? On drag, navigate to page 1. Okay. See, I have chosen the wrong frame. That's why it didn't work. You have to choose the image, prototype. Okay. Same for moving to the next screen. While you click here, you say on drag, same thing, move in, and it will go to the next page. Again, on the third image, you say, you get it to the first screen back again. On drag, wait, on drag, navigate to page 1, move in. This is the first step. So get the preview again. Drag it, drag it. Okay. Any doubts still here?
No, Didi.
Okay. So what is the next button you can see on the screen for which we have to develop a prototype now?
Order now.
Okay. Order now. Order now button, you have to tap and then you move to the sign up screen. Click on prototype again, select this order now button. Take it to this screen, which is on tap, navigate to the screen, which means if you click on this button, it will take you to the screen. This on tap function is selected by default by Figma. So it is easy to use. You don't have to select anything else. Similarly, do it for all the three buttons. If you create a component in Figma of this button, you don't have to do it separately. But as like we are learning about just prototype today, I'll show you, like you have to do it separately for each button here. Okay, so on tap, it will go to the order now screen. So like it is understood, in this case, you can't really add any email address or something here, which is because if even if you click enter, it won't take you to the screen and you can type something really in this case. So we can just enable this. Why is it gray? Because this create account gray is to make developer understand that this won't work unless and until you put your email and password. But in this case, as we are running prototype, we can just enable this button and the screen can be deleted. Okay, for now. Okay, so this order now button, will take you to sign up page. And when you select create account, it will take you to this page, which is on tap again. You can use various of animations which are shown here. Dissolve, you can say, or smart animate. I'll show preview for all of them. First, we have selected dissolve for the, instant for this and smart animate for this button. So let us go with the preview. Click on order now. You're on the next page. This is instant kind of switching between the screens. But when you create smart animate, it is different. You saw the difference, right? Any doubts? Okay. So this sliding thing is instant, but smart animate is like looking better. So we will be using smart animate only. And now you have to check if all the three things, like buttons placed on all the three things, are working. Click on flow one again, drag it, create order now. It is working here. And drag it again, click order now. It is working here as well. So yeah, this is done. Then you get redirected to this page. So on this page, there are various options like restaurants for lunch are present, things for dinner are present. Each one can be made separately, but I have created only two for lunch and dinner for a while. So yeah, click on prototype again. When you click on this dinner icon, make sure you select only one thing at the beginning. Click on dinner icon and on click, it will take you to the next screen. Okay, so let us, and yeah, on click of any restaurant, I have developed a thing for umami. So when you click on umami named restaurant, it will take you to the screen where restaurant details and menu is present. So let us like check first thing from the start again. You open this food delivery app, you click order now, you say create account, and you say umami. You have this screen. Okay. And if you click dinner, you have this screen. Any doubts till now? This is the very basic thing which I'm teaching right now. We will be moving on to the advanced kind of prototypes as well. So if you have any doubts, please ask right now. How will we upload videos in prototype? Actually, we don't have to really upload any videos in prototype. We can say GIFs or videos are to be added by the side of developer again. So you can just place some empty box showing any video. Wait a minute, I'll show how does it look. Or just you say if you have to click a video here, you can place a video box instead of this image, and you can place one YouTube kind of play button. Then that your developer gets to know video is to be added here. Once played from the actual website, it will work. Okay, any doubts still here? I'm not going very fast, right? Okay. So we were on this screen. Okay. Then go on prototype again. You click on mac and cheese, and then once you click on this mac and cheese thing, it will take you to the next page. This will happen on tap. On tap is when you click on this box anywhere, it will take you to the next screen. And another option which we have is while hovering. While hovering on this thing, you can get the details about the same thing, but while hovering. Hover is like you just place your cursor on it and you'll go to the next screen and you will find something like this, which is just the same thing but expanded view of the food menu present there. But when you have the screen, you have to also enable an option which says on clicking this button you will go to the same screen when you go, like when you click this button. So I'll play this for you, like you will understand this in a better way. And also every time you don't need to start from the first screen, you can just select this flow button, drag it here and place it on the screen you have to start your flow from. So we will place it here. You say play, click on umami, you have this. While hovering, see I'm hovering on this, it will work in this way. And I click on it, it will take me to the detailed screen, like that is showing the description of the food, rating and add to cart stuff. Yeah, so go to design again. Don't stay in prototype mode all the time or else you'll mess up with your prototypes, as there will be so many of the screens, these lines go from your lines will go, so it will be confusing for you. Flow lines might seem confusing after one point when you design a lot of screens. So once testing your prototype is done, make sure you switch back to the design mode so that you don't lose any one of your prototype. So what is the next thing? Can anyone guess? We are having quantities here. Okay, we are having quantities. You have to increase the quantity. Go back to the prototype mode. Select the plus button. Make sure you select only the plus button and not the entire group, or else you'll mess up with your prototype again. You have to go to the next screen. Okay, this won't happen on tap because first you need to show that your pointer or your cursor is placing on the plus icon. So you say while hovering you go to the next screen. Your pointer is like your plus button is in a different color so that you know you are here and this thing is working. Then you select this new plus button which is having a different blue shade of color and not a white. And on clicking that button, your quantity will go to the next, like 2. So if you have 2 quantities, in similar way, your reducing the quantity button will also work. So what will happen here? Should I click directly or hover button will get activated? Anyone?
Over button.
Okay, great. Okay, so hover button, you drag this, click on prototype, drag this plus thing, get it to the next page. You have to be very careful as we have various frames on this. Even they get activated when you are in a prototype mode. So make sure you do check it from here where your prototype is taking you. We are going to page 70. And it doesn't really work in this way when you work in a company. You have to name pages as well, like description screen 1, description screen 2, and you have to name it in detail as you can. Okay, so when you see this different color button, the reducing quantity thing is activated. You drag it to the next page. On tap, this thing will work. You're back on the You're back on one quantity again. We will test this. Okay, prototype. Where was our flow? Our flow is here. We'll start from here again. You have the screen. Click on the restaurant. You have to check if previous functionalities are working. This hover thing is working still. Click on this. You have description. So while I hover on this is activated. Okay, visible. Now I click on this. It gets activated, like quantity is increased to 2. Then will I? Okay, I didn't select on hover, so it didn't work like that. I selected on tap. So make sure you don't make such mistakes. We'll go again, change it to on hover thing. Select this button again. Select this line of prototype. You say, see, this was on tap. You have to change it to on hover, and it will take you to the next screen. Like, it won't take you to the next screen, just the blue color button will activate. We'll go again. This is working. Click on this. Hover here. Blue button is activated. Click on it. You have to hover here. Blue button is activated. Click on it. You get back to 1. Okay. Any doubts? Okay, no doubts. So now, first you have to go very step by step. Then on this page, what is the another button you can see, like call to action button? Which is the call to action button on the screen?
Add to cart.
Yeah, add to cart. As this is a very basic design, we are just like dealing with prototyping here. There might be many more options present, like reviews and stuff. You can see the reviews. You can sort the reviews on like 5-star, 3-star, something like that. But first, we'll learn about prototype itself. We can go with that if we have time later on. So if we say on add to cart, this is a on tap prototype which we will be doing. Say add to cart. You go to the cart here. You say on tap. You have this cart. So we check that if it is working. Oh, no, first we do it for every button present. Say add to cart for everyone. Make sure you select only the add to cart button. Then click on add to cart again. It will take me to the screen. Yeah, here we go. So we test this again. We will start directly from the screen. Drag your flow here so that you don't have to start from the first screen again. Say play now or play button. And make sure you check these buttons are also working. This is working. This is working. Say add to cart. You're on the screen. Okay. Now pay attention here. This is the very important part of the this thing. This is a expanded version of your location, which is showing like any illustration or something. While you hover on the screen, or maybe we'll go with on click. It is easier. When you click on the screen, make sure you'll get to know your order is coming or something like that. Like just to make user interface look beautiful, you have to add this kind of things. So go on prototype mode again. Select this button, take it here. But this time you are not taking it to any screen. You're taking it to the frame which we have developed. How to develop this frame, I'll show you. Take any random frame. You don't have to select any iPhone or something like that. Take this, develop a frame, then make it transparent in color and add whatever you have to do here. Like this entire thing can be shifted here. So yeah, go on prototype mode again. Yeah. So you don't have to open this on click. And if you click this, it will just take you to just the frame. Your screen will be lost. So we don't want that. You say navigate to. You don't have to click on navigate to. Now you say open overlay. This means the frame which we have designed will come in the place of that address details and time delivery thing. Okay, then there you can see there are two options. On tap, we don't want it. Okay, we can go with on tap itself. So there are various things present here. This is my first by default it is set as manual, and then you have to like close when clicking outside. You enable this option. I'll show how does it work. But you click on this option, close when clicking outside. Then you have add background. Add background is something you have to show that the previous screen is blurred and frame 9 this screen is in the picture. So you add a background with black color and let us say 75% opacity. You say enter, and then we will start with this flow. We'll see how does it work. Where is our flow? This was our flow. Oh, anyways, yeah. Select this, drag it there, drag it on the page 12. Okay, this is working. Open overlay, instant. You can also push, yeah, we can go with dissolve thing. Open overlay, and yeah, okay. We will play this. So once you tap on this thing, overlay is open. Okay, and the background is like in a blur black color, or you can say a transparent kind of translucent screen is placed in between the original screen and the frame which we have designed. Also, we had selected another option saying if you click close on clicking outside. So if I click anywhere outside this thing, it is closed again. Now we will see what will happen if we disable those options. We don't add this, like we don't add this as well. And nothing is selected, just open overlay. This is the mistake many beginners will make. So keep this in mind. We run it again. What happens? We click on this, overlay is opened. But it doesn't look good because even the screen present in behind us in the picture. So focus is not like your focus is distracted, we can see. And if I click outside, it doesn't close. See, I'm clicking everywhere, it isn't closing. So your developer may not get to know what is exactly to be developed. So this is one of the important thing which you have to keep in mind. Go here again, select these options. You can also like select some different opacity and see what happens. Click here. A light color background of same black color is here. Click outside. We get back to the first screen. So can anyone guess where this function can be used? Again, we'll go to the first screen and tell me how will it work here. The same overlay function. How can it work here? You can unmute yourself and tell. Did you understand this? No, not to change the pictures. Any other guesses?
During the animation of the entry of the menu.
Not that as well. Wait, I'll let you know. See, like we did here, while hovering, we had another color thing. Okay, similar has to be done here. While order now, how will your user know that you are like your order now button is working? So to let them know, select a frame here, duplicate this order now button, take it outside. Okay, now place it inside the frame, adjust the frame, like make it equal to the order now button. We have this, make it transparent so that it doesn't look very bad. So we have our order now button here. Okay. So you have to use on hover function here. I'll show how it works. Click on prototype again. Select this button. Your button already had a prototype working like on tap. So you cannot have two functions which work on tap. Like if you click here, like two screens cannot be open on one tap. So you have to select while hovering. Again, we don't have to navigate to that frame. We have to say open overlay. Okay, you say open overlay. Now here open overlay is selected as center. We'll see how it works and you can check. Also, we have to change the color of this thing so that your user will get to know it is being selected. You can say make it black. We'll make it black. Okay. We'll run this prototype now to so that you get to know how it works. Where was our flow? Yeah, here. Drag this flow to this page. Save play. We have selected while hovering. This color will change to black now. See. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I changed the previous one itself. So yeah, don't make these mistakes. Take it to frame 1. This was all. I changed this one. So yeah, wait. Okay, if you get confused in such things, you can just simply delete the first prototype you had designed. Focus on this thing while hovering. While hovering, we don't have to navigate to, we have to open overlay. And this is placed center, so it will appear in center. I'll show you. Okay. While hovering on this button came to center. So we don't want that. So you will select manual here. You will change the center to manual. Then you don't have to add any opacity in background because order now button will come in that place. So you don't have to add any opacity or add any background. You don't have to do this. So this will open. And on clicking this button, on clicking the new frame button which we have made, you will go to the order now screen. Now this is on drag because it is having a tap to page 20. Select this tab, move it here. Okay, no, right. It will go to 20 page, yeah, to sign up page, yeah. So we'll run this flow. We have this while hovering, it is turning black. Maybe it's not very visible. We can change the color again. We'll change the color. We can switch the colors for better visibility. Okay. We will run this again. When you start the flow, you over on this, you get a pink color button. Click on it. It will take you to the next screen. So this open overlay button can be activated it has to be activated on your every screen where you have CTA buttons like this place order or something like that. Okay, now we will see here. What more button can be, what more prototype can be done here? Any guesses? Just focus on these two screens and tell me. Very good. To drag and delete. Not exactly to delete, just to drag. Delete function will function on clicking on the delete icon. Go to prototype again. Select this thing. Go to design mode. See, as you saw here, this group, this is one group. And this, make sure the groups are inside the right pages. This is inside the page 1, page 11, and this group is here on page 10. So you don't go wrong with your prototypes. So yeah, select this button. You have to take it to the next page. Next page. Not on tap, but on drag. On drag, and which side? We can say smart animate. Okay, not smart animate. Move in. Move in. It will go to the this side, or let's say move out. Yeah, move out will be more better option in this case. Say enter. We'll see if this is working. Okay. Get your flow button on the page number 10. Click on it. I drag this. This went like this wasn't looking very good because I selected instant in this prototype. You can select something else, maybe smart animate, but it won't create a move out effect, but it will still work in the same manner. So select smart animate so that it will look good. Click here. Okay. See, we are here now. Clear till here. Now we will deal with the delete button. Yeah. So we are on prototype mode. Select this delete button. On click, it will take you to the next screen, which doesn't have mac and cheese in their order page. On tap, navigate to smart animate. Everything is cool. Try this again. Go here, drag it, click on delete. We have to, like, we can enable the open overlay option in delete as well to show that open, like the delete icon button is activated while hovering on it. We'll go with it now. Click on this, it's gone. Okay, so as I said, we will go with the open overlay thing for delete button like we learned in previous. Okay, add one frame here, like frame, a small box will do. Duplicate this delete icon button, place it here. Make sure the background is transparent like 0. So select this red color, getting a bit more, maybe we can say this, or we can show the icon size getting increased. Switch this, as I said in previous, like constraint proportions, it will grow according to its proportions itself. We can select this to 25. So the delete button just got a bit bigger. Okay, now you have to add prototype for this. We already had a prototype saying on tap, it will go there. So you don't want to go there directly, but first you have to select one on hover thing. So while hovering, you have to select this. It will go here. No, we don't want it on tap while hovering. And how do we want it? We don't want to navigate to that frame. We have to open overlay. So do we have to add any background also? Not needed because we need the entire screen here. And we don't want it center. We want it as it was on that place itself. So we say manual. Okay, let's try this now. And this manual button on click, on tap, will go to the next screen where the mac and cheese thing is deleted. Okay, yeah, so we will run this flow. We have the screen. Use drag this. Okay, this is the second screen which we have here. Now while hovering, okay, that first thing didn't go because we have to make another screen for this thing. I'll show you again. Because we didn't add any background or stuff, so we have to create a new screen. We just delete whatever we had here. Okay, go to the design thing again, delete this frame, duplicate this page. You have this page here. Okay, what else can be done to show it is selected? We can just make it bigger. That is the best way, I guess. 25. And see, here is the size, like width of each line present in the icon. You can increase it to 4. It got bold. Okay, I go bold. Yeah. So just a minute. Yeah. So while you click here, click on this delete icon button, switch to prototype mode. On hovering, we want it while hovering, smart animate it to the screen, and on clicking this bold icon, this thing will be deleted on tap. Let's see if it is working as we want now. Drag it. We have this, and I hover on this, it got bigger. Okay, this is how you should, like, you have to use hit and trial method for every screen. You will get, like, you just can't get perfect at prototyping. So yeah, I click on this bold icon. If I go back, see, this is a kind of animation, we can say. Click on this, it is deleted. Okay, any doubts till now? Hello, any doubts?
Guys, if you have any doubts, use the chat, please. Or if you have no doubts, just give a thumbs up so that we know that you're learning. Okay, guys, thanks for the thumbs up.
Thank you. Yeah, so these are very small things which you have to, like, learn. You can't get really like perfect tutorial saying like how will every prototype work. You have to try it yourself. Now let us just keep it aside. I want you all to practice with me. Just maybe you guys just open some Figma file. You can open the previous file we had designed, or let us say open any random Figma file. Once you open it, give a thumbs up. We can start with actual practice here. And then we'll come back to this again for a working prototype of this product, entire prototype. Okay, select any kind of iPhone frame. You have one iPhone frame. Select another iPhone frame. Now practice each and every kind of prototype thing. Draw just one rectangle, we can say. It doesn't have to look good here. This is just for your practice. Okay. Oh, yeah. Change color of every rectangle you have made. Any just random color, so that you just get to know how it is working. You have these three colors here. Select this, duplicate this, place it here, and change their colors one by one. Okay. I mean, we will go with all these three one by one. Change the colors. Do this side by side. Okay. So before moving to very complex design, we will start prototyping for these first two. First for these two screens, so that we can, like, connect every screen here on prototype thing present. Okay, now go to prototype mode, select one box, first box. It will, wait a minute. Okay, you have 6 boxes here. Change color of each box one by one. Go to design. Okay, now one more. Okay, and the first box here. Wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, change the color of first box here, which was this one, I guess. No, yeah, this one. Okay, so click on prototype, select first box. First box will take you to the next screen. This will try something new. On tap, while hovering, and on drag, say while pressing, you have to navigate to You can go with overlay option, or let us say, yeah, overlay. Okay, you can say swap overlay. We have already seen the different another one. See what happens while pressing. I have pressed this continuous pressing. Okay, and I release the mouse click. It is back to the normal position. Try this on your own. You'll enjoy this. Yeah. Similarly, go on some second button. Take this to the last screen. Not on tap. Anything else we can say on drag. And you can try these different kind of move in, move out, push, sliding. You will have the preview of these things here. So you can select anyone on drag. You will navigate to say open overlay. If you open overlay for the entire screen, it won't really work. So it's the same thing. But if you like take this to a selected frame, I'll show you. Open overlay option works good like properly, or maybe it is designed only for the frame option. If you just have to change to the like different screen entirely, you don't open overlay, you directly say navigate to. So yeah, you say navigate to. We'll say see open overlay option here again, so that it is visible directly. This. Okay, the prototype is also selected with it, so we won't select that thing. Selected. Okay, see. You have to switch on to design mode again so that you don't make any mistakes. Have a donut here. Okay. You have to open this overlay on clicking any kind of where we were. Okay, this third button is left. We will open overlay of this frame, and we will check like see for every, yeah, on tap or while hovering. While hovering, open overlay. We will see each one of them one by one. We have to add background because we want this frame to be in front of the screen present here. Add background, say 40%. You can also change this color, but black is used popularly. You say pink. 100%, we don't want 100, 40% of pink color will open here. We'll see how it works. Okay, we have like three things for all the three boxes present here. First one was while pressing. While pressing, this box will change to purple color. I release my mouse, it is back to its normal position. This was on click. On click, on click, I selected open overlay for this. No, wait, it was on drag. Okay, you drag it, you have this screen. Go back again, and then we have while hovering. While hovering, the overlay isn't opening. Why is it so? Let's see. While hovering instant. Okay. Open overlay. Okay, it was on tap because. Okay, let's see if it is working now. Oh, wait. Yeah. Both the functions have been enabled on tap and while hovering as well. You have to delete one of them. So you can see this tab is, see, because we have two functions for same action, like two different action are taking me to the same frame. You have this caution type of symbol here. So the trigger which we have given first will work. This won't work. You just delete it, or you can change this to on tap. On tap. Let's see. The on tap, tap here. This pink background of 40% opacity is here, and this overlay is open. Okay. Are you practicing it like with me? Ask me if you have any doubts.
Guys, please follow along and just drop your doubts in the chat if you face any issues.
Because this is really very important. This open overlay part is something you have to like design on every screen.
Yabankan, do you have any doubt? You raised your hand.
Yeah, you can ask. No? Okay, good.
Okay, okay.
So, okay, we will see this for every. We had this on center. See here, overlay settings was center. You change it to top left, this image will appear on top left. Also choose this option, close when clicking outside. This means that you saw that background was looking very bad. Pink color, and so yeah, use black. Set some opacity to 50 and set this frame. Go to design mode, set this frame to a transparent mode. Only then it will open. This is just for you guys to understand. So, okay, set flow again. You tap on this, you have it on top right. Okay, half of the image is cut because we have aligned it in that way. Change it to every setting. You will get good with it if you practice it daily, or maybe you can just try this out for fun. Prototyping is really fun. You can do it in free time. You can, if you want to practice prototyping on any random thing, let's say, go to Figma community. We have food delivery app, so let us say something else. Not a e-commerce app. Can you suggest some app? Let's say WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp. Then select here like which you can edit. Wait a minute. Let's hope we can edit this design. Open in Figma. Okay, till then we can go back here till it loads. You have to like try with different things. Say bottom right, top right. It will work accordingly. Okay. Play this again. Click on it. It is on the bottom right. Okay. So we are done. Actually, like we are done with all the functions present here. Prototyping functions. Let's see what else. Animate matching layers. Okay, you got what was matching layer here? This gray box is matching in all the two screens which we have navigated it to. So matching layer will stay the same. I mean, half of 1/3 of your screen will stay the same. The rest of the part will animate. So you get proficient in this once you practice it. So you have to. Okay, this doesn't really have various screens, so we can't practice prototyping here. Say you can go to community. I'll share some of the designs, maybe of mine as well, where editing is enabled. So you can practice prototyping that. You will be needing a lot of screens to practice prototyping. Okay. So let's get back here. I'll show you one of my projects and I'll show how the actual prototype looks like. It is like a net of flows going here and there. Till this loads, we'll get back here. Okay. We get where is flow 1 here. Now we will be going on with complete working prototype of this project. Which page was left? Okay, so we have a prototype for this saying open overlay. In case you have to avoid making prototype for each of this similar box, just select this, maybe delete it from here. Select the box, delete it from here. Select this box, I mean the entire group. Wait, yeah, entire group. Press Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Here also Ctrl V. See, you have a prototype, same prototype for each of this box. Okay, this can be done at ease while when you create components, but I'm just giving example how to avoid like a lot of work. So design one box separately. We can say a frame. and just paste it to each and every screen you have that kind of prototype or trigger to be added. Same with this box. Do we have a place order screen? No, I haven't created it. But when you create place order, click on place order. Let us say it will take you to the blank screen. This blank screen on clicking. So similarly, that overlay option can be added here as well to show that this place order button is being activated. So should we design that? Okay, we will do. Okay. For that case, as I told you, we have to keep the contents. It's all of the contents visible. So we just have to duplicate the screen and change this color to. We can switch the colors maybe and change black color to pink. No, wait. Change this color to black. Okay. So to make our this button look enabled, we have to remove this on click prototype trigger which we just gave, because on click will happen on that black colored button. So yeah, while hovering, it will take me to the screen, not on tap. Select while hovering. So once you hover, you will come to the screen, and on tap, you will go to this blank page. Okay, so like I just told, you don't want to give triggers for each of the button present. So just select this button, delete this stuff from here, select it and delete it from here, delete it, delete it, yeah, and copy this from here, copy it from everywhere, I mean the entire group. Press Ctrl C. You don't have to drag it everywhere. Just place Ctrl C, click on this page, Ctrl V. It will be placed on the same position as it was on the previous place from where you copied it. Press Ctrl V. Click on prototype. Each of your prototype now has the same property which we had selected. Okay. Where is it going? While hovering, it has to go on this screen. Yeah. Okay, let's see if it is working now. And when you click on tab, you can check how is it working. So when you click on tab, we have these things here. Okay, so we play. So should we play from the first screen? Let's do that. Drag option is working. Say order now. Say create account. Select dinner. You have dinner. We don't want dinner. We want lunch. This is hover button is working. You have to keep in mind, maybe you can list down all of the triggers you have given for each screen just to check it out at the end. If you can you can note it down page wise what trigger you have given to what button, and at the end you have to check if all of them are working. This was on hover. If I hover on this is open. Click. Add quantity is working. Reducing quantity is working. Add to cart is working. Now if I click on this, delivering to, this icon is working. Click back on any empty space, it is going back. Wait a minute. While drag, this is working. Delete, this is working. Place order. You have to change the smart animate to delete option again. When you click on place order, you have a blank screen because we had navigated it to that. So this is how our entire product prototype works. I'll show you how like a screen will look. Wait a minute. Do you have any doubts? Till then you can think while this thing gets loaded. Any doubts? That was all for now because we just have 5 minutes left. You can ask your doubts.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Making this all this thing, this prototype, how much time it will take? Like for you, how much time it took?
You mean the screens or the prototype thing?
The app prototype, me, I mean that you are
Like
making all.
navigating screens, that thing, right? Working
Yeah,
prototype
yeah,
of
yeah.
that.
Correct, correct. Yeah.
Okay. Like as you saw, I did everything with you guys, but it took time because I was explaining with it. But you can say like it doesn't take much time. Once you start practicing with it, you enjoy the process of prototyping. This is fun than just designing. You are just playing with the screens, okay? So it gets fun like after you practice with it. So it might not take more than an hour, or let us say just 30 minutes.
But we
Yes.
also have to create the screens, na?
Yeah, created screens. Yeah, for creating screens you can basically use the UI kit, because like you are not advised to do it once you start working as a developer in any company. But designing every screen from scratch, let us see this thing. I just had to design one of the box. You just have to duplicate it on the another screen and change the image. So you should mainly focus on smart work. You don't have to like start from creating a frame, selecting iPhone frame, placing it here every time. No, you just have to duplicate the screens. You will have properties of the same page which you just copied, and it doesn't take much time. So, but just you have to, yeah, to avoid this kind of last minute confusion, you have to start with the flow. You have to start with the wireframe, which now see prototype for this. It will take time to load because it is an entire project. Okay, till then, yeah. So it doesn't take much time. For example, for these all these screens, it took me 1 hour to design the screens, and I didn't really work on prototype because I had to go on with it today with you all. So I did the prototype with you guys. It doesn't take much time once you get proficient with it.
I have a one more question. That
Yes, please.
whatever you have just created right now, it can be considered as a user journey of the app.
Yes, yes, definitely it can be. I mean,
So,
yeah, continue.
yeah, please continue. I will ask you later.
No, as we see, there are various kind of while designing a product for company, there are various constraints like you have to add filter option. This is a very basic app, e-commerce app we can see, or food delivery, very basic. Like you can see many of the options are not working here because like breakfast screen is not working. Add to cart option is there, but there like on Zomato and Swiggy we can see you can select your address first. That all onboarding, which we call, is absent here. So this is not a complete user journey. This is just a example, we can see how an app is to be developed from scratch. And you have to create wireframes for each and every screen, which is a boring job, we can say, drawing it on page, pen and paper. So it's not really fun, but you have to do it. Like it is a design process. You have to understand that and work in that way. What were you saying? Any other doubt?
I was just first of all, that was a very wonderful answer. Like it was perfectly said. And the next question was like, I want to understand that if I am being fluent in the this Figma,
Hmm.
then
Yeah.
what kind of roles will I be considerate when I join a company? Like, what are the roles that will be open for me? Can you please start from the rankings or the roles which are like more easily available, and the roles which are I will get and you can say the roles which will be open after being proficient in Figma. Just make sure that whenever you say the roles, so it will be in a sorted way. Like does it's starting with the easy one, and the later rules will be the harder one.
Okay, so starting from the first very basic thing, it will start as a UI design intern, in which you really don't have to design various screens. The screens will already be made by any senior of your UI designer. First thing you will be asked to work on is prototype. So in an internship, someone will design screens for you and you will have to develop a prototype for that. That is the very first thing you will do. Then maybe for as a job, after you gain some of the experience, then only you will be asked to start designing the screens. First they will understand with they will like test your design process, how you design, how you think. So that is the flow, you can say. And talking about UX as joining any company or job as a UX designer, first you will have to conduct user surveys, define user persona, like design any user persona. Like user persona is the target audience who will be using your product, and how will they think as a user and what will they have in mind while using your product. So UX designer is that. UX designer is complete. UI and UX designer is completely different job, which are often mixed by various people, and we can say
Yeah,
recruiters as
correct,
well,
correct.
because they want both of the qualities in one person. They also expect graphic designing for you from you, but you should know what you have to do. From which branch you are? Computer science.
Yes, computer science branch. Uh, Code basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I ask like what got you here instead of development?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Like instead of being a developer and joining any company as software developing engineer, SDE roles, why
Mhm.
are you interested in designing?
Uh, First of all, I have a experience in working in a company. So whenever I got an idea like I want to create this web app or something, I just straight jump into that right now. So after jumping straight away into that, into the back end, then doing the front end, it really looks ugly. Even the project is complete. So later I got to know that at the end, front end really matters. So now the thing come is I cannot do the front end coding right away, right? I need to have a visualization of what I want to see as my website. So in order to see that, Figma helps me to okay look around like okay, yeah, with easy just draw the box and give the name and design the prototype. It will be very easy, much time efficient, and it won't much take
Okay.
one time, and
Right.
the
And you
other
will
team
be
members
paid
will
in
take.
like similar way. Yeah.
Yeah, not only as a backend developer, as a front end I will be very much be proficient and efficient, so people will like it. Yeah, the designs parts are good. So the
Okay. Right.
basically the developing will be much more smoother. You will be seeing that, you don't have to
Yeah. Right.
worry about.
Okay. So talking about jobs in India, you really don't have very entry level jobs which will pay you similar to the what developer gets paid. So you can consider doing masters, maybe from India or abroad as well. There is a lot of scope in UI UX thing abroad. You can like keeping master's degree in mind, you just don't have to select entire computer science as masters. You can do a specialization in UI UX design, and after that, things get very much easier. So you can try that. Okay. Is graphic designing skill mandatory? No, it's not mandatory. But if you know it side by side, you won't be paid more. Your just workload will get double. So it's not really mandatory. But if you enjoy designing, you can try your hand on that. If you get really good at it, so it's great. I'll show the iPhone screen part again. Pay attention. So this is my screen. You click on frame. You will have frames here. Select iPhone 14 frame. Any iPhone frame. Or not just mobile frames. You have various tablet, desktop, Figma community has like plugin icon frame. Various frames are there. Twitter post, Instagram post, everything. So you get your frame from here. Any other doubts?
Guys,
Excuse me.
okay, okay, continue. Devang.
Yeah, so I is apart from the Figma, are there anything else that should be learned for the skills as an UI UX designer?
First, you have to like learn with the design process, the theory part, I will say. I mean, just directly jumping into Figma, you have to first understand developing design process, thinking process. There are various courses online, you can say. You will find it on my LinkedIn, some courses which I have done. And there is also a popular online course thing called as Interaction Design Foundation. You can note it down, Interaction Design Foundation. They give you a student membership of year, and there are various courses that are accepted worldwide. It will just add on to your like skill set. And apart from Figma, you can also try designing this user interfaces on Canva as well. It is pretty much easier, but I'm not sure about prototype if they have it. But and also you can like search on YouTube, like Figma FigJam event was conducted. So you can go through it. It will also help you in learning Figma from AI point of view. How will AI help in generating screens and similar stuff? For learning graphic design, you can use Adobe Photoshop XD, but they aren't free, so I'm not sure about graphic design.
Guys, I hope Aditi has answered all your questions. So I guess we have finally reached the end of this amazing boot camp. So before means we finish it off, Skepsis is announcing an prototype and website designing uh, competition. So basically, you have to form teams of three, and you need to design a captivating, innovative poster and a website or app prototype for an upcoming 24-hour online hackathon. So the hackathon name is InnoHacks, which focuses on fostering innovative solutions in the field of technology. Your poster and website should be poster, website, or application should be creatively highlighting the hackathon's theme, date, and participation details. So the uh, participation and submission links will be on our Telegram channel, and today's session will be also uploaded in our YouTube channel. So watch out for that. And also, if you have any queries, any doubts, just reach out to us on Telegram. And that's it, guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Bye bye.
Just a minute, someone has asked for LinkedIn. I'll share it here.
Okay, okay. Please do. Please do.
Also, I have a question. I don't know if they will allow me to say.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
can,
Go
you
ahead.
can.
Yeah, I would like to know about your journey, like how you get into this UI UX design and Figma, and like how you get motivated into this. Like you know that you want to go into this part, and I would like to know your
Okay.
department.
Yeah, yeah. Even I am from computer science part. Basically, I started as a backend, like before even getting into engineering. I was very, I mean, I am very good at Python and Java, everything, C++, plus plus, what a basic developer does.
Oh,
But then there were some random interviews for in my college itself for joining GDSC and TEDx, some clubs like that. So I was pretty late for it, but just I just wanted to join it, so I joined as a designer. So from there, I got to know like this is like a bit easier. I'll say honestly, easier than developing something, and you'll enjoy it once you get good at it. And also, designing is something which, if you're good at art, I'll say, so you will get interest in designing more. And but you will have to be good at programming languages as well, because you never know in today's like job market scenario, you will be requiring all of the skills. So just don't drift away from your basics, I'll say. Stick with the computer science. and do designing as well, but keep computer science in you intact.
Thank you for. I would like to know one more question. Like for starters, like when you started your
Mhm.
journey in Figma, so you started as a designer. So what were the resources like for the starting purpose? Like you go for the YouTube, or you directly go for the dedicated course that you'll get to know about the contents and you will follow that thing. Is there anything like that?
Yeah, you can
Only
start with YouTube, and there are, like I said, various certifications on Coursera. You'll find it on my LinkedIn. So that are something very good at learning. You also have Google UX certification. Uh, it is free of cost, so you can do that. You don't get a certificate if you do that course free of cost, but at least you'll get to know and you'll get to learn the skills. And courses will not really help you. You have to practice side by side. If you're watching a YouTube video, you just don't watch it. You open your Figma and do what the tutor is trying to do alongside.
definitely, I will keep that in mind and I will do that practice.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure. Good luck.
and you have, I would like to know that you're from which one? GDSC? Which one? Like we are from GDSC SNU. So you are from
Okay, I'm from Pune. It's PCCOE college. GDSC PCCOE.
Cool. Yeah.
And like after I got good at designing, people from different clubs called me. So I am in almost every club of my college, which is like TEDx, Newton School, ACM, and whatnot. So yeah,
Wow, that's really cool. I'll
yeah.
try to reach
Even
out
you
in
can.
LinkedIn.
Sure, sure.
Hmm?
You can.